Previously on Wolfout Tonight.
You know, tuna or not tuna. Okay. Thanks, Johnny. You are my love, a sea anemone. Majestic. Octopus indeed. Is this a shark fin I see before me? Tentacly.
These are not octopus arms.
Yeah, there's actually 9 of them too if you count your arms. I forgot to take that into account.
It's my one defense mechanism. How?
Broadcasting live from Wolfout Studios in sunny Madison, Wisconsin. It's Wolfout Tonight with Nate Chappell. This week, it's all about Virginia. The cat, not the state. But now, the man who always performs with cat scratch fervor, Nate Chappell. Yes. Hello, Sachis and Virgies. Where are my Virgies at? And welcome to another episode of Mouseman's Best Laid Plan, Wolfout Tonight. We are, of course, broadcasting live from the living room here in Madison, Wisconsin. Madison. We put the cat in Wisconsin. So anybody who knows me also probably knows the most important woman in my life, Virginia. The cat. I'm kidding, of course. She's more than just a cat to me. She's a roommate, a pile of hair, a loud noise in the other room, a bunch of poop and pee in and out of the litter box. She's the reason I can never leave for more than a couple of days. She's my anchor, dragging me further and further towards the bottom of the ocean with each excruciating day. Well, I think I've just written her eulogy, so check that off the list. She is 19 after all, which in cat years is, well, dead, I think, actually. I would say that there's a moment in every day when I'm certain that Virg is dead. And so I'll poke her, and sometimes she wakes up. Then sometimes she doesn't. And then I kind of shake her around a little bit, and sometimes she just still flops around. And then suddenly her eyelids will whip open, but the gross under eyelid is still closed. You know what I'm talking about? That milky membrane. If you haven't seen that yet, I wouldn't recommend it. Very, very gross. But then they peel back, and for a second her eyes are still back in her head, and then she finally wakes up with what appears to be the shock of re-entering her body after being nearly drawn into that soothing white light. And I reassure her with a similar mix of relief and disappointment that she probably feels. I'm not dying. Virg is kind of on borrowed time as it is, actually. 10 years ago, she developed anorexia. And that's not a joke. For real. Feline anorexia is a thing. Stopped eating for a month, actually. Had to force feed her with a tuna and milk syringe. That was not pleasant at all. Not for anybody. She got down to 4 pounds, but I swear to God it was all claws. And eventually I told her that I just couldn't keep that up, that I was going to have her put down. She was eating again in like 20 minutes. I guess she could tell I wasn't bluffing. And I was strangling her at the time, so. But she's been fine ever since. Although every time we go outside, she eats grass and then throws up, but. So I'll keep my eye on that, I guess. Trust me, she's slowed down a bit, but her appetite has not. And when I found out that, well, it is a tumor, I felt bad and started giving her more treats and wet food. Well, that was 8 months ago, and she's really gotten used to it, I'll tell you that. Fortunately, the tumor has not grown at all, but unfortunately, we are now deeply in debt due to our out-of-control cat food spending. We actually had to sell the other cat, Sachi, to pay for it all, which Virginia could also get used to. We didn't sell him for meat, though. No, don't worry about it. We sold him for money. What am I going to do with meat? No, I'm kidding. He's actually in a traveling zoo as a walrus. No, Virginia does not care for Sachi at all. He's like, you know those people that are, well, they don't realize what assholes they are? You know what I mean? So it's almost hard to be mad at them because they don't even seem to know that there's a problem. By the way, if you don't know someone like this, you might want to, well, it might, just think. But Sachi is definitely that guy, and he has no idea. Virg will be laying down on her pillow, and Sachi will just plop down on top of her, and then he'll act like she's crazy for hissing at him. He's got balls, I'll tell you that. Well, figuratively, anyway. That's been a monologue, you cool cats. We'll see a live documentary in a few minutes. But first, let's take a look at Virgie's week in review. Welcome to Verge's Week in Review. I'm Nate Chappell, and this is Virginia's Week. On Thursday, Virginia slept on her pillow for most of the day, followed by a lot of yelling for food. After she got her food, she went back to sleep on her pillow. On Friday, Virginia slept on her pillow for most of the day, followed by a lot of yelling for food. After she got her food, she went back to sleep on her pillow. On Saturday, Virginia slept on her pillow for most of the day, followed by a lot of yelling for food. After she got her food, she went back to sleep on her pillow. With more on this undeveloping story, here's Catnap correspondent Virginia Chappell. Virginia? Thanks, Verge. That was Verge's Week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nate Chappell saying her week was better than your week.
Holocaust, the holy son of all these records, you had to choose this one. You spent the night, you held the key, and watched you sleep, yeah, watched you breathe. All was lost, it's all on me. You took my life, then you planted a seed. You grew a house, you grew a home. It's never lost, but you're still alone.
The year was 1997. The economy was booming. Grunge rock and roll was topping the charts, and the Seinfeld show was in its second to last season. But all of that meant nothing to the rolling Appalachian Mountains, nor to creatures who lived there, including one tiny tortoiseshell kitten, who had come to be known as Virginia. Apparently abandoned by her feline family, Virginia, by all accounts the runt of the litter, had grown up too fast in the cruel world of the mountains. As she roamed the wooded mountainside, she chose a route that would change her life forever. In 1997, Nate Chappell was an untethered young man, fun and fancy-free. But that would all soon change when his volunteer work brought him to Virginia. The state, I mean. But yeah, eventually the cat. Before we'd leave for work each morning, we'd be getting our stuff together and putting it in the van, and there was this cat that was just yelling and yelling and yelling so loud every morning. So eventually, I felt bad for the poor thing, and I brought her out some of my breakfast. I think it was a souffle or maybe a strata. It was some sort of egg bake. Anyway, at any rate, I think that day she pretty much ate her weight in eggs. The bond between the two was undeniable, and days later, Virginia came home with him to Madison. The trauma of her abandonment and a super long van ride left a lasting mark on Virginia, a scar that has yet to truly disappear. Her emotional problems led to years of litterbox accidents and, well, eventually, feline leukemia. So I moved to Minneapolis, just for a couple months. I left my cat Virginia at my brother's house, and, well, it was just temporary while I found a place, but she didn't know that, and I guess you could say she got got pretty bad separation anxiety, I guess. I guess she really missed me. Virginia was jaundiced and had already lost half her body weight. Nate moved home to nurse her back to health, rescuing her a second time. She did start eating again, and this time it seemed to feed her trust in Nate, and Nate's devotion to her. Also, it fed her, most literally. This time, their bond was really undeniable. They've grown to love and understand each other like family. And like family, they'll bicker sometimes and argue, mostly about food, and sure, one of them still pees outside of the litter box sometimes, and meows at intervals throughout the night to have Nate come out and cuddle with her. But then, she's probably not going to be around much longer, at least. And that's what's really important. Or imminent, I mean. And cut.
Wolfout TV. It's not a bison in a grocery store. It's not just a bucket of cold cuts. It's not a bag of boxes of bags. It's not a mouth that opens to reveal a somehow bigger mouth. Or a tire in a phone booth. It's not a sandwich that reminds you of your vice principal. It's a turtle riding another turtle, like a horsey. It's a painting of somebody taking a photograph of a painting. It's a sunset as seen reflected in the glossy pages of a ladies' magazine. It's 10 or 11 paper clips banging around inside a pencil sharpener. It's one of those old-timey suitcases filled with tickles. Wolfout TV. We'll make you laugh. Am I saying that right?
Hey, man in the mirror. What's going on? Oh, hey, cat in the mirror. How's it going? Verge, do you have anything you want to say to these nice people? Oh, she's in a food coma. Just like we planned. we've really got it. I'm sorry, am I disturbing you? We've really gotten it down to a science here. We feed her about, what, 7 minutes beforehand, before we go live? And then she eats, gets in her place, right there, where she ought to be. Lickety-split. Speaking of lickety-split, do you guys like ice cream? Because I love ice cream. And when somebody asks me, what would you do for a Klondike bar? I answer, nothing. I don't like to be put in that sort of position. I don't like ultimate. I might ask for one. Hey Viv, can I have a Klondike bar?
You betcha.
Alright. And that's why I don't start with you, man in the mirror. You start with me. Everybody, this is the guest segment. Now, for the guest segment, we wanted to talk to Verge, obviously, but that's not really possible, right? Or is it? Maybe it is. You all know that we lost our dear scientific consultant, Dr. Karl Soddentrauser here. Sorry, we want a nice picture. I wanted to advance that. Anyway, we lost our good friend Dr. Karl Soddentrauser, and I have good news to report. He's alive in our hearts. I'm just kidding, he's not alive, but I was looking through his stuff, and I found a brand new invention with an accompanying video for some reason called, I think well, I'll let him tell you.
Hello! If you're watching this video, that means I am already dead. And it also means that you've been going through my stuff, and I do not appreciate that. Nothing I can do about it, unless I regenerate myself. Then you better watch out, pal. Anyway, the purpose of this video is to explain my brand new device in case I die. This device is called a cat-to-speech device. The cat talkerator is what I call it. And let me show you just quickly how it works. So you take this here, you pump a little air in there.
Okay. Pump it.
Then you raise the antenna.
Raise it.
Then you dial C A T for cat.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Somebody writing this down?
Take the phone off the hook, set it next to a cat, and you can hear their thoughts. Sounds like a great idea, huh? Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat a banana.
Ooh.
Thanks.
Too soon, Dr. Carl. Too soon. Okay, so we'll give this a shot here. I've got the prototype right here. So, just pump a little air in there. Okay. And then this is already raised, so we got that going for us. One step ahead of the game. Always one step ahead of the game, right guys? So, then we dial C, A, T, take this receiver, see, set it next to a cat. All right, see if it works. Virginia, hello, how are you? Hello?
Hello, Nate.
Oh wow, it works.
Unlike you,
Well, kitten likes to scratch. I'll have you know, I work freelance.
very free.
I feel like we got off on the wrong foot, of which you have 4. What's that like?
It is fine. Food, food. Please give me more food.
Yeah, okay, Virginia, let's talk about food.
Let's.
Why are you so hungry all the time?
I'm not sure. Maybe I prefer the wet food because the dry food you buy has a bunch of wood ash in it.
Oh, really? I guess I didn't...
Or maybe I just want to feel something.
Well...
Something to distract me from the crushing, never-ending boredom that 19 years of imprisonment has left me with.
That's a little over-dramatic. Come on, I rescued you.
Oh yes, thank you so much for rescuing me from my family and the freedom of the rolling mountains.
I thought you'd been separated from your family.
No, I was just out for a walk to collect my thoughts. Then you trapped me with your egg strata. I've always had an egg tooth.
Strata. Well, I'm sorry, Verge, but I didn't realize you felt
Why
this way.
do you think I've been yelling all this time?
I don't know. I guess I figured you were just kind of a weirdo.
You thought I was weird? You, the man who slides in his socks around the apartment, singing TV sitcom themes with new, dumber lyrics. You,
Dumber.
the man who stares creepily out the window blinds while you eat peanut butter sandwiches.
That's a judgment.
You, the man with a briefcase full of wigs. You, the man who eats nothing but
Oh, sorry. I guess we're out of time for the guest segment. That's all we got time for. But now that means we get to move on to the game segment. What do we got, Johnny?
Let's ditch the kid shit, skip to the new. This is a casting call for the cold and uncouth. Shifty-eyed spies, guns that shoot, black leather gloves and Italian.
So this is Mouse Hunt. Are you guys ready to hunt some mice? Okay, so what Mouse Hunt is, Johnny's gonna set these beautiful little mice up around the apartment. We're gonna shoot them with a Nerf gun. Okay, let me show you this guy here. Got it at a garage sale. Open it like this. He's got these darts in it. You see the darts in there? Okay, we got 6 darts, 5 targets. Johnny's gonna go first. I'm gonna go second. Whoever gets the most gets a high five from the other one. Okay, how we doing, Johnny? We all set up? We're good. Okay, this is cocktail. So here you go. And you ready for this? Alright, let's do this. Ooh, nice. Right in the nads. Oh man, you're really lasering in on those nads, huh? Mouse nads. Whoa! Sharpshooter over here. Right in the face. I should have given him a practice round. Johnny, that was really something. We gotta collect some darts here, guys. Let's see. We got 2 to 4. This is the part that I hadn't really thought about. I should have hired somebody to do this part. I don't think I can do any better. I guess I can tie and then what do we do? Sudden death? Where we shoot each other? To death? Yeah, I think I'm 1 short.
Let's ditch the kid shit, skip to the new.
Right.
This is a casting call for the cold and uncouth. Shifty-eyed spies, guns that shoot, black leather gloves and Italian suits and boots that match, cars that crash and catch fire. Undercover cop,
Don't knock the back of the back.
out of retirement, why would he not? Now the things are getting harder than in 91.
Right, Verge?
Open up with the shot.
Hey, Verge, can you hear me?
Soundtracks in the back, playing Mac the Knife.
Without the line boss.
We gotta see this here. Buddy, are you okay? Okay, you ready? Shoot some mice for you. One. Did you miss any shots, John? You didn't even use your 6 shots? Oh, was it 6 shots? Is that what you were gonna say? Oh no. I think I lost. Oh. Johnny, you really got inside my head. The scope on this thing is wrong here. It doesn't smell right, that's for sure. Well, I guess that's the game. Johnny won handily, didn't he? Let's hear it for Johnny. Well, that's been our show, ladies and gentlemen. A big thanks to Virginia for coming on tonight. I hope we can get that machine working again. Finn Hammond and Tyler Ensford made the music for tonight's show. Ask Jeeves about those 2 talented pals of mine. Look for Tyler Ensford on SoundCloud and Finn Hammond on Friendster.com. And of course, as always, this show wouldn't be without the wrecking crew, Viv and Johnny. Hang loose, dudes. Finally, of course, thanks to the guy upstairs for not making too much noise while we shot this. We are a proud production of Wolfout TV, and as such, we are Wolfout TV in your grocery freezer and wherever social media is served. So, stick around for a great episode of Cat Chat. I think it's the one where Nate builds a new mic. Robots. Hey, it means a lot that you guys watch this, and we should find some more weirdos to watch. Confess to a friend or a priest. Befriend a priest. Whatever happens. Just don't force anything. But do force this. And be excellent to each other. Previously on Cat Chat.
Welcome back to Cat Chat Chat.
We are the big cat people from outer space. We enjoy your program greatly. We wish to pick you up.
Now it's time for Cat Chat with your hosts, Nate and Mike.
Hello, and welcome to Cat Chat, the show where we chat about cats. My name is Nate, and this gentleman over here beside me, well, he's my partner. Today's Cat Burglar Cam is brought to us by Colleen's Co-Host Casting, playing Cupid for cohorts. As always, we like to start out the show with a little something, I'm going to call Colleen. Hi, Colleen? Yeah, it's Nate over at Cat Chat. I need a new partner in cat. Stat. When? Well, let me check my calendar. How about right after this little segment we like to call Cat on the Street?
They're too independent. What's the point of having this thing in your house that just goes to the bathroom on your stuff and scratches you and leaves hair around?
You don't have to tell me, I've got a wife.
We have two cats. We walk them every day, Mordecai and Special Agent Jack Bauer, CTU.
I'm wondering if you have a second to talk about cats.
Yeah, they're serving a very delicious cat, just right up. It's deep fried.
Oh, really?
Oh, God, yeah, you can't beat deep fried cat.
He has actually had to run from the Lake Monona Bald Eagle.
Really?
Yeah, we live in the neighborhood.
And it chases him?
No, but when you see him overhead, you gotta get your cat and get inside.
Okay, so your cat's just dramatic.
No, I'm dramatic.
Well, you can't miss it. It's
Okay.
got a big sign saying, "Do you love cats?" Yes.
Well, that was superb. Now it's time for everybody's favorite new segment, Cat Calls, where we audition replacements for Mike. Hey, Nate, you got any cats you need getting rid of?
Too creepy. Sorry, Delbert. Too slow. Nope. Nay. Too fast. I just love cats. In soup. Ha. Back to you, Nate. Woof. Next.
Hey, Nate.
Sorry, Joe.
Hey, Nate. Hey, sonny boy. We're proud of you, son. Call your mother.
Dad. Nope.
Hey, Nate.
Too handsome. Oh, cute.
Well, that was really something. It is with much hesitation that I introduce my new co-host, Gianni Tiello No, I can't do it. Get him out of here. I don't even want to see him.
We'll be right back after this short break.
In a world where everyone's chasing something, one cat has one more chance to finally catch one red spot. The Red Spot on Wolfout Television.
Welcome back. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you my partner in cat 2.0, Mike 2.0. Hi, Mike 2.0.
Hi, Mike 2.0.
Well, we've got some glitches to work out. You've been programmed to know what that sound means. We've got a kitty tweet.
Tweet.
At Dr. Carey Vet, this is Mike from @CatChat. I'm trapped in a spaceship and Nate is in the middle of an episode. #help. Well, Dr. Carey, what do you think?
You know, that is something to worry about.
Thanks, Dr. Carey. Well, that's all the time we have for Cat Chat today, Mike 2.0. Do you have any parting words for the folks at home?
Hi, Mike 2.0.
And may your food never contain more than 3% ash. Perfect. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hello, and welcome back. And it's time to say pretty close to goodnight. But first, we've gotten a lot of tweeters and a lot of Facebooks saying that people are upset that I never delivered on the high five that I owed Johnny. Well now, dear viewers, I want to right that wrong. So Johnny, if you will.
High five.
Good night. And good nachos.